Greetings, royal family. Okay, I am back. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I know this past weekend was very, very heavy to say the least. So that is the reason for my short absence from these YouTube streets. So I am back on the saddle, ready to get to work. So Love and Hip Hop, New York, episode 8. This was a mess. So thanks for clicking on the video. Let's just get straight into it. Now this episode opens up with Erica and Tahiry. And Erica is saying that Jonathan crashed her wedding. I think they were in some store shopping. And Erica had on a cute, scantily clad leather outfit. She looked nice. So she was shopping, doing some baby shopping. So Tahiry meets her at the baby store. So they're talking, they're chit-chatting. And Jonathan ends up sending Erica a text message, you know, just like, I don't know what he was trying to do. You know, Jonathan kills me because he's so soft-spoken sometimes, but when you get him ticked off, he starts to get real vile and nasty at the mouth. Is it just me? Anyway, so Erica is saying that Jonathan crashed her wedding because there were no plus ones. And Yandy basically made it by the skin of her teeth as far as her invite goes. And there were no plus ones. So my thing is, if there were no plus ones, how was he allowed in the venue? How was he let into the venue? But Sierra and Carly Red, who RSVP'd, didn't get into the venue. All right, Erica girl. So Erica, she's willing to meet up with Jonathan to try to keep the peace because she has a birthday party coming up and she wants everybody to get along. All right. So Jonathan, he's willing, you know, he texts her, says that, you know, I just want to talk about what's going on, whatever. Jonathan, he is such an instigator. It's not even on the low though. But I like Jonathan, but he's very messy. He's very messy, as Kimbella would say. And Tahiry, as far as Tahiry's concerned, it's just like, girl, you're reaching for a storyline. Like, she's upset about this whole matchmaker situation. It's just old. It's just old. Anyway, we move on and we see Joe Button. So Joe and Jim Jones are meeting up for a cooking class. And I'm like, okay, Mona, this is a change of pace. This is good to see. So Jim, he's having relationship struggles, right, with Christie, and Joe Buttons is giving Jim Jones advice. Now, it was cute, okay? I can honestly say that I do appreciate seeing two black men talk about relationships and business. You know, they talked about the music game, new music, Joe's podcast, and all of his success outside of the music game. So it was cute to see it while they were cooking, not knowing what they were doing at all. So that was cute. That was good. Good job, Mona. Good job. Oh gosh, we move on to Fresher. Jesus. So he's still staying at his granny house, okay? And he shows up to, I guess, his house where Jen is, and he wants to talk. And Jen wants to talk outside. And she's telling him that she met up with Jada, and that was a total disaster. And he's pretty much lying to her face as it pertains to messing with Jada and owing her money. But in his confessional, he did admit that Jada paid for her own promo costs. Mistake numero uno. I'm not even in the music business, but I know that is a no-no, Jada girl. What? So that just kind of solidified it for me, like, they were sleeping together and that pillow talk got into her ear and he charmed her out of, well, how much was it? $70,000 or how much ever it was. So he admitted in his confessional that, you know, she paid for her promo costs and he does owe her money. But he's not telling Jen this because he is scared for his life. Jen is screaming at, she's doing what she does. She's screaming at him. And, you know, she always talks about, I know my man, I know my man. So my thing is why are you mad at him doing exactly what you expect him to do? Make it make sense, Jen. She's outside screaming, you know, just disrupting the whole block. Move it along. I just, they deserve each other. Honestly, Dumb and Dumber, they both deserve each other. Anyway, so we move on to Sin and Jonathan, and he's filling Sin in on what happened at the wedding because for whatever reason, no, because her and Erica don't get along, right? So Sin wasn't at the wedding. So, they're chopping it up and they're gossiping like little girlfriends. And Erica has invited everybody to her birthday party, even Sin. So Tahiry's going to be there. So I'm sure there'll be some sort of showdown. This is what I was showdown. This is what I was thinking as I was watching the show. So we move on. For whatever reason, we see Fresher in the barbershop. He's with Safari. Papoose is there. And he is going around telling several different stories at this point. He's telling Jen he doesn't owe her. He doesn't owe Jada. He never messed with her. He's telling the confessional producers that he owes her. She paid for her own promotional costs and he owes her the money because he didn't basically hold up to his end of the bargain. Now he is telling Papoose and Safari about this girl lying, saying that I owe her $70,000. And he's doing all of this to try to garner sympathy. So Safari, he's so extra. He's... Fresher, just pay the girl the money. Good God, that's it. Safari said that if he owed somebody $70,000, he said he would start selling his body right away. I can't, Why is Safari like this? And you don't have to sell your body, Safari, unless you wanted to. No judgment here. All you got to do is sell one of them fur coats that you be toting around or one of them watches, those expensive articles of clothing. But Fresher, pay that girl the money. Like, nobody feels sorry for you. Like, ugh. Anyway, Jim and Christie. So cousin Christie is back with her man Jim. So he's on his romantic vibes, after he took that cooking class, acting like he was cutting up vegetables, for the scene. So Christie says that the foreclosure is behind us and there's no looking back. Clearly, sweetie, there's nothing to look back on, literally and figuratively as well. I had to get that out. I did. So Christie, she brings up when she proposed to Jim. Remember that horrible scene from, I think it was season 2, where she got down on her knee and she proposed to Jim Jones, and Jim Jones' mother was hot. Her poomkosh was on fire. What? I want to see Jim Jones' mother this season. I miss Nancy. Anyway, I hope this mic is not making a whole bunch of noise. I didn't even think about that. It's on the outside. Moving along. So Christie, she brings up her proposal to Jim, and she goes into talking about why they didn't get married. And now Jim wants to get married, and she doesn't. She says that she is okay with not being married. And I just think, even though she was talking to him in the moment, she was just like, marriage doesn't define our relationship. We don't need a piece of paper, something along those lines. And I think that even though she was talking to him like that in the moment, I think that she is pretty much addressing some of the speculations as to why her and Jim didn't get married and how she embarrassed herself when she proposed to Jim Jones. So to me, it just seemed like she's addressing some of the things that people have been saying about her. And I don't know. She said marriage doesn't bother her. She said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, I mean, I guess a foreclosure will do that to you, honey. Make you think twice. Okay. Moving along. Fresher again. Okay. We've seen Fresher a little bit too much in this episode for my liking. So he's going to meet up with Jada and she wants her money. That is the long and short of it. She paid him for a career that he promised. He didn't deliver. He took the money. He was flossing with it. And that's pretty much basically what happened. So that's why Jada felt the need to go on social media and address him and Jen, which is his girlfriend since 6th grade, about that. Because it's like, wait a minute, I just paid this man X amount of dollars. He's not making my career jump off. And all of a sudden, she's got her body done. He's got cars and jewelry. Honey. Not with my money. Shout out to Funky Daniva. So Fresher, he admits to having sex with Jada, and he admits that he fell in love with her. And I'm like, yo, this guy is such a clown. I tell you, he's a clown. His girl's a bozo. They belong together. So he did promise to give her 40 of the $70,000 that he owes her. Now, this scene got on my nerves because he was literally negotiating how much money he was going to give her back after admitting to owing her the incomplete $70,000. She better than me, honey. There would have been papers drawn up and I would have seen him and his bozo girlfriend in court. Moving along to Erica's B-Day party. Safari is really a clown. Safari was in charge of planning Erica's birthday party, right? So what does Safari do? Safari has pictures of himself all over the venue. Not one picture of him and Erica together, or not one picture of Erica. All over the venue, they are headshots, you know, of Safari, different headshots of Safari. So Erica, she starts crying. She says, you know, she really believes that Safari does these things to get on her nerves on purpose. So after that, you know, he gave her a puppy. He sang a song to her. So it was all good. We move on to see Sin and Jonathan. They arrive to the party. So Tahiry and Jonathan, they pretty much start bickering. And Sin and Tahiry, they're trying to talk. But Jonathan, he's acting like totally confused. Like he's just acting stupid. You know, Tahiry is bringing up the fact that Jonathan feels that Erica is trying to play matchmaker with Tahiry and Joe. So Jonathan, he tries to act dumb and it's like, say what you need to say, you know, trying to stay out of it at this point after you done brought back news to both sides and started all this mess. Now you're trying to play dumb. So I can understand why Tahiry got irritated and frustrated. And plus she's going through a health scare on the episode as well. She said she had a mammogram done and they did find something. So she is getting it tested to see if it is benign, and hopefully it is. Now we see the same story sequence with, what's that, Love and Hip Hop LA with Brooke, right? Anyway, I'm just saying. So Tahiry, she gets pissed off. She walks off and she says Jonathan is acting stupid. And Jonathan is standing there in his plaid suit and was like, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person and walk away, because if I really tell you how I feel, I could hurt your feelings. You see what I'm saying? Jonathan, when he gets mad, he gets ready to go for blood. Like his tongue, he's ready to give somebody a tongue lashing. So that's where the episode ends. Next week, for whatever reason, Olivia is going to be returning. Y'all remember Olivia from G Unit? You know, when she was signed to G Unit and she was working with Rich Dollars for whatever reason on earlier seasons. So she's coming back to settle the score with Rich Dollars. What? This is like, we're on season 10. This is stuff from like season 2, right? Whatever. Mona has to milk this. So we shall see. But that's interesting that Olivia's coming back. I mean, if you're not coming back to promote new music and to work on music, then what's the point? But listen, work ain't honest, but it does pay the bills. So Royal Family, hopefully you enjoyed this late review video of Love and Hip Hop New York. I am going to get ready to knock out Love and Hip Hop Miami. That one gave me a headache. Like I said, hope everyone is doing okay mentally. I know we had a heavy weekend with the passing of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, as well as several other passengers on Sunday. So we just got to keep vibes positive. We got to keep uplifting each other. Make sure you guys are checking out the Morning Boogie with She Royal B. That is a morning show that I plan on doing early. It's a live stream that I plan on doing every morning. I did put up the first live today. I'll probably link the video. And I did touch on Kobe Bryant briefly. So check it out. Leave a comment. Before you leave, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you for rocking out with me this long. Drop a comment before you walk out the door. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Subscribe, y'all. About 45% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. See, that's the YouTube analytics. So hit the subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. We'd love to have you here, a part of the Royal Family. And don't forget to select all. Make sure your notifications are on. So I'm signing off, but I'll be back soon, real soon. Until next time, peace.